Welcome back once again live on YouTube for the Toronto Huskies franchise. That's right, we are back for the second time today, and it won't be the last time, believe it or not. That's right, I know I said I had a double header for you guys earlier today, but we've got a triple header for you guys, and the last game will also include a scouting update for you, as well as we will have a guest broadcaster for the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So check in with us later this evening as we will be doing that live, probably shortly after this episode is finished. But for starters here, huge news in the Toronto Huskies franchise, as there was recently a report that we had heard earlier this season that there was some legal trouble with one of our players, and that is going to be all brought to light right here in week number 11. And it's going to be very important for us to dive into that. But first things first, I want to explain what is the Toronto Huskies franchise for those that are new. So the Toronto Huskies franchise is a special little franchise. In Madden 20, I decided Madden 20 because I created this about 2 or 3 years ago. Never really got it underway until this year, so I do apologize for the lackluster, I guess, up-to-date Madden. However, I feel like the older Maddens play better anyways. So, Madden 20, here we are, and the Toronto Huskies are a moved franchise, ex-Jacksonville Jaguars franchise that Shad Khan sold to Ryan Fitzpatrick, aka Ryan Fitzmagic, as we see on the top right corner here. And he moved them to Toronto and started fresh. So all the players that were on the squad were released as free agents, or their contracts were null and void, thus allowing them to go elsewhere. And now Ryan Fitzpatrick and company are now taking over this team, and they have been trying to rebuild from essentially nothing. They started out that first year with about a 65 or 66 overall. Now we're up to a 75 in one season, and about a season and a half now. And this is the first season that you're getting to see this team out on the football field. And Ryan Fitzpatrick not only bought the team, but he is their starting quarterback for this first year, and he's been struggling recently. All right, he started off the season very protective of the football, and that has sort of went to the wayside over the last couple of games. Now, last week against the Houston Texans, huge game. Check it out. It was a lot of fun. We had some huge moments in that game. And real quick, I'm going to check my audio, so bear with me. All right, audio sounds good, so that is good news. And other than that, though, the Houston Texans, they actually were brought a little bit more of a fight from this Toronto team than we have seen recently. So now we've got another division matchup against the Indianapolis Colts, who beat us a couple of weeks ago, 26-3, I believe. And now we have another matchup again here in week number 11 against this Colts team, who is sitting at 3-6, struggling this season, just a little bit ahead of us, as we are sitting at a whopping 1-8. But before we get into this, we have a couple things we need to address. First off, let's do these upgrades while I keep talking. There's only one for Lorenzo Betts here. And what's more important is the news, the breaking news. So we finally figured out what the legal situation for Henry Ruggs is. We've been hearing about it since about week 3 or 4, and it has finally come to light. It's only taken about 8 weeks of the season, but it's finally come out, the full-fledged truth about the situation. And long story short, Reese Recker, our NFL insider, just released a statement saying that he has breaking news. And I'm just going to read it off for you guys. Breaking news, the Toronto Huskies have found out their starting wide receiver, Henry Ruggs, will be facing criminal charges that will put him away for years, and will be releasing him we'll be releasing him in the coming moments. Check in now, obviously, right here, live, to see the full update, as well as this Week 11 game against the Colts. And what's more important is the fact that with this information, it's official. The Toronto Huskies, they are done with Henry Ruggs, and that is huge news for this Husky squad. And that has everything to do with the fact that we're in a tough spot once Henry Ruggs leaves, because we have Keontae Bonds injured, not playing. we have Ashton Doolin injured, not playing. So that means once Henry Ruggs is released, we will be down to CeeDee Lamb, Trent Sherfield, and Terry Godwin. We will have three, that's right, three receivers on the roster who are healthy. So there might have to be a move made here, as we're going to go ahead and look at this Henry Ruggs deal. And, this is a player who has been very up and down this season. We've seen him have some nice moments, but for the most part, he's actually been pretty quiet. Despite his 98 speed and 98 acceleration, it just didn't translate much for this squad. And more than that, now it is found out that Henry Ruggs will no longer be on the team. So real quick, we're going to break the moment of realism here, as we're going to make Henry Ruggs into a punter, change his ratings, and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of him. So we're going to kick that kicking accuracy all the way down, and the power. And we're going to knock that awareness down too, just for good measure. And just like that, Henry Ruggs, the punter, will no longer be on the football team, as we will be releasing Henry Ruggs as he is headed to prison. And yes, we can't get rid of the cap hit, unfortunately, but our team has so much money, it's not really an issue. So we're just going to go ahead and outright release him. So we got a small cap penalty, about $6 million, but we can work with that. And now what that means for this team is that right now we have three healthy receivers on our roster. And it means that we have an open roster spot as well. So we will either sign a free agent or, well, it's past the trade deadline, or we're just going to do nothing. So let's go ahead and check out the available free agents, as we see some young guys here. But let's go to the wide receivers. Interesting. All right, as you see, there are some names that are out here available. But we also have a guy on our roster, actually, on our practice squad. And I think there are some young names out here. These are players that I was going to put into the upcoming draft class until I saw that they were all on practice squads. The question is, do we sign one of these various players? So we have Jalen Reagor here. Maybe we could rewrite his career. Or we also have a guy here in Russell Gage, already on our practice squad, already in the ranks. I like what he brings to the table. He's got good catching. His speed is pretty good. And then really the thing he needs to work on is just his route running abilities. So that could be a route that we go. No pun intended there. Or we could go snag a Michael Pittman and just steal him from the Cowboys, which is always fun to mess with the Cowboys. So I think that is going to be the route that we go. Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be coming over here to the Toronto Huskies. And Russell Gage is also going to be signed. Which means we will actually have to get rid of one of these players currently on the roster. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Now, we do have some depth at free safety now with the addition of Jalen Thompson earlier this season. And I think that we could, in theory, get rid of that extra added depth. Or we could go ahead and look at the wide receivers. You know, I've seen Terry Godwin and Trent Sherfield make some plays this season. I think the route that we're going to go, though, will have to be removing the safety, Doug Middleton, from our roster. That means we will no longer have a third free safety. Will result in a little bit of extra cap space for us. No penalty. I think that's the best route for us to go. And so that is what the move is. We signed a couple of practice squad players, one from our own, one from the Cowboys. And now we got a breakout player this week. And this is going to be important because it is Jalen Thompson, our brand new addition. Right now, he has an opportunity to jump up to star dev. So we are going to be playing this game here right now against the Indianapolis Colts. And it is in the Den out in Toronto. I felt like we haven't been there in a minute, even though maybe we have. Just feels that way, though. And last time we saw this Toronto Huskies team play, their defense was amazing. Truly, truly just amazing. So now what that means is we're going to have to figure out how exactly this roster is going to be constructed moving forward. And I also forgot to put those players in the lineup for wide receivers, so we're going to go edit that real quick before I totally forget. So let's go do the depth chart real fast like. And it does actually appear they put him on the field here. And obviously, it does make sense for Trent Sherfield to be ahead of these guys. He knows the offense. He's been here. So we're going to let him play that number 2 role and Pittman and Gage be the 3 and 4. This just makes the most sense, at least for now. We're going to go ahead and move maybe Russell Gage into the slot role ahead of Terry Godwin. Keep Sherfield in that number 3 slot receiver role. And that should be all we need to change. So now it is time to jump into this game live. And we have the Toronto Huskies hosting the Indianapolis Colts here in this Week 11 matchup as the kickoff goes through the back of the end zone. And we have Phillip Rivers leading his Indianapolis Colts onto the football field. He's had a very up and down season. 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, over 2,000 passing yards, but he hasn't been amazing so far. He's had his moments. He's led them to a couple of victories, but right now they're 3-6 and looking to make a run, a last-minute, last-ditch run as they hand this football off to start the drive. And we take a look at this really well put together offensive line for the Indianapolis Colts. They need that, considering the fact that they have a veteran quarterback and some younger playmakers with Marlon Mack in the backfield, as we just saw him take that first down carry for 4 yards. And here he goes again with a nice move, gets a first down and then a little bit. And that is going to be another 8-yard carry for Marlon Mack. That's going to be very key to see how does this Toronto team, or how does this defense play, because last week they were amazing. That might have been the best defensive performance I have seen in a very long time. Last week against the Houston Texans, they scored 9 points on their own. All right, they actually scored more points than the offense did last week, and that's just crazy to me. So now there's an opportunity, though, for them to win this game against the Indianapolis Colts, get a little revenge, as it's going to be another handoff, third straight handoff, this one to Marlon Mack again, getting a couple of yards and eventually getting tackled. But I've been very impressed with this defense. And let's take a look. You got a lot of young players like Floyd Ellis in the middle, first ever draft pick, Quincy Williams, and Zaire Franklin outside of the middle linebacker, Josh Bynes, the veteran. And then a couple of veterans in the back end with some young players, and Jalen Thompson, who's been very good. He played so well last week against Houston, a big bounce back performance after having a tough outing against Marquise Hollywood Brown in week number 9 or 10, I believe, or week number 9, excuse me, against that Ravens squad. So now on 3rd and 6, they're going to throw, this time over to the left-hand side, and that's going to be the first completion for Phillip Rivers today, an 11-yard completion to Jack Doyle, the tight end, with Nick Needham on coverage. And it does appear that Nick Needham has been getting beat up a little bit over the last couple of weeks. And it seems like every time that there's a completion down the field, it's been on Nick Needham. So that's something that we have to keep an eye on. Hopefully he gets better as the off-season hits. But here we go, another handoff, this time to Jordan Wilkins as he makes a little bit of a move. Gets about 5 yards on that carry. Now they're audibling here, and it's gonna be a pass, and right over the middle once again, I believe that is Jack Doyle with another reception. Phillip Rivers, you know how much he likes his tight ends. Just ask Antonio Gates. And here on 3rd and 2, he's gonna hand it off right, and oh my goodness, what a play. Right to Marlon Mack, who goes directly into the defender. I believe that is Rasheem Green with the tackle there. Actually a tackle for a loss, if I'm not mistaken. Really nice play there by Rasheem Green to just bounce off of that pretty bad block. They just kind of pushed him back, and then he came back for that second effort to get the running back. But they are in field goal range. It's a 48-yard field goal here. And that's actually no good. Oh, wait, no, it is good. Okay, what a weird coincidence. So it hits off the crossbar and bounces out. I don't know if that should be counted. Huh. But they're going to count it, so it's now 3-0 Indianapolis as we see another kick return here by, yes, Terry Godwin, the man who had a couple plays last week in the receiving game, but the big thing is he's replacing Ashton Doolin as the kick returner. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, as you see, he started off the season no interceptions through the first I want to say like 7 or 8 games, and then has had 5 in the last couple of weeks. So now in the gun we have Ryan Fitzpatrick dropping back and just missing his man over the middle. As you take a look at this offense from the Huskies, a lot of young players, with the exception of Delaney Walker, the veteran, at the tight end position. And he's been fairly quiet this season. It's actually been Jesper Horsted, as we see a completion here to Patrick Laird, who puts on a move and gets a first down for 11 yards right there. But it's been actually Jesper Horsted who has been really coming out of his shell as a pass catcher in this offense. And another completion over the middle to, well, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick's second completion. And close to another first down, as that is Trent Sherfield, now the number 2 receiver. And you have another nice little run here. Good awareness for Patrick Laird to kind of be a little hesitant and get in behind his offensive lineman and then get that first down once the hole opened up. And he's got a nice little drop back here from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Play action to Patrick Laird, and then the pass goes to Patrick Laird out of the backfield. Let's take a look at this defense, though. They have a nasty defensive front there in Indianapolis, and they have Darius Leonard and Telvin Smith. What a linebacking duo. And then some young guys in the secondary. Malik Hooker, they have Rock Ya-Sin, they have Kenny Moore. A lot of these young guys that last time I said they should have attacked a little more, and look at that. What a nice first down carry for Patrick Laird. But I believe that's going to be coming back on a holding. And it is. That is the right tackle, Merrill Wiley. Believe it or not, he is a replacement for Isaiah Wilson, who left the team recently due to personal reasons. And what a throw to the sideline. That is Ryan Fitzpatrick with pressure in his face. He gets hit, and that is Michael Pittman Jr.'s first catch as a Toronto Husky. And what a catch it is on the sideline. Beautiful little toe tap. Great play. Those are the plays we are hoping to get out of these two signings. All right, Toronto is moving now into Indianapolis territory at the 41. It's 1st and 10. They have a man in motion on the right-hand side. It's going to be dropped back and a pass over the middle. Complete. I believe that is... Actually, I'm not sure who that is. Trent Sherfield. That's right. I'm not used to his number yet. And another completion over the middle, this time from Ryan Fitzpatrick to, I believe, the tight end, Delaney Walker. Veteran to veteran here. And now they are just on the edge of the red zone as Fitzpatrick hands this football off to Patrick Laird, and he actually gets tackled in the backfield, making it 2nd and 11. Justin Houston getting off of his block and coming up, helping make the tackle there. All right, now in I formation, a fake to the running back, over the middle, wide open receiver. That is CeeDee Lamb. That is CeeDee Lamb with a catch inside the 10, down to the 4, 18 yards. What a play right there. Wide open coming across the middle, and he almost gets to the end zone. If he had a little bit extra speed, that could have been a touchdown. He also kind of hesitated there for a second, allowing the defenders to catch up to him. So now it is 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Got a man in motion, and they're going to fake it to him and actually hand it off up the middle to Patrick Laird as he ends up getting tackled at about the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner coming through. You know, I have to say, this is something we have not seen recently from this Toronto Huskies offense. The ability to drive the football down the field and get deep into enemy territory and really put their backs against the wall. And that's what they're doing on this drive as they're in I formation. And they're going to hand it right off to, I believe that is John Kelly, who has nowhere to go. Getting tackled by DeForest Buckner for a loss, actually, down to the 5-yard line now. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5. It's either going to be a goal line stand for this Indy defense, or we're going to see I know I can't believe that I'm saying these words 2 weeks in a row, a touchdown from the Toronto Huskies. Now they're in I formation, but they are going to pass here, and over to the left-hand side, but it gets batted down. That was intended for Jesper Horsted. As you see, there's a man in that passing alley, just puts his big paw up there, gets a hand on it, and knocks that down. That is all that needed to be done to force a field goal here. A Josh Lambo field goal from 18 yards out ties this game up 3-3. And just like that, this Toronto Huskies offense has a little bit of momentum. And they're going to go ahead and kick this football off for a touchback. Now this is very key for this Toronto Huskies team. They need their defense to step up just like they did last week. Some of the best defensive football I have seen probably ever, to be honest. And believe it or not, they still allowed 21 points on defense. 35 in the game, but 2 of those were a stupid score and a pick 6 from the opposite defense. So really they only allowed 21 points, as we see a run for about a yard there from Marlon Mack, and they're going to hand it off to him again, making people miss and powering up to the 33. And that's going to be about a 7-yard carry there, making it 3rd and 2. And last play of the first quarter is going to be a dump-off option to Marlon Mack, who breaks the tackle and gets the first down. Oh, that was an opportunity. They had him behind the line to gain, but he breaks the tackle to end the first quarter here. The score is 3-all. And right now, the Indianapolis Colts just got a back-breaking 3rd down conversion. So now in the gun, you have Phillip Rivers handing off to Marlon Mack and breaking another tackle, but getting tackled by Logan Ryan, the second man in, for only a 3-yard gain. In the gun again, we have Rivers dropping back to pass now. Quick one over the middle, and it is complete. I believe that is Marquise Lee. Or no, excuse me, Paris Campbell. And now they're going to run a read option with Phillip Rivers. What is going on right now? And they get 5 yards out of it because he keeps it. Oh my goodness. All right, and then they try a handoff to the outside, and it goes nowhere, getting stuffed in the backfield for a 3-yard loss by the veteran Rashad Jones, who just snuffed that out from the very beginning. But what an odd play call. I mean, they were trying to catch us off guard, and I guess they sort of did, because no one would have expected Phillip Rivers to run the football. All right, now it's 3rd and 8, though. Another opportunity for this Toronto defense to step up and make a stop. As you have Phillip Rivers in the gun, dropping back to pass. He's going to be looking over that right-hand side, finds a man, but unfortunately, the Toronto Huskies are unable to get up there to make the tackle. That is another first down, this time Jack Doyle on the reception. Josh Bynes eventually getting to him and helping bring him down. But unfortunately, Bynes was just out of position there, allowing Jack Doyle to get the first down. And just like that, this Indianapolis offense is on the cusp of field goal range. And they're going to go ahead and hand this football off, and it's going to be stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. That is Jordan Wilkins. It's going to be 2nd and about 10.5 here, with a bunch set to the left-hand side. You have Rivers in the gun now. He's going to take this snap and pass it over the middle, again to Jack Doyle. This time 6 for 6 now Phillip Rivers is. But on that one, it was about an 8-yard reception, so now it's 3rd and 2. And they're going to elect to hand this football off, and in the backfield, Marlon Mack gets hit. That is Quincy Williams identifying the run and jumping in the backfield to make the play for no gain. What a great play wreck there by none other than our star from the first season, Quincy Williams. Now forcing a Ryan Suckup field goal here. And this is going to be good, putting the score 6-3 now. Another nice defensive stop from this Toronto Huskies defense. They're playing that bend but don't break defense. Now let's see if the Toronto offense can keep their momentum from the last drive as they take this kickoff and immediately put it down for a touchback. That is Terry Godwin on the touchback. And this Toronto offense is hyped up after that last performance on the last drive, getting all the way down to the 4-yard line at one point. So now they have Ryan Fitzpatrick under center. Patrick Laird in the backfield. And they're going to elect to throw this, and pressure up the middle. That is DeForest Buckner getting to the quarterback. That is his 5th sack this season for DeForest Buckner. And he just bull rushes the center and guard, who actually double team him and still can't keep DeForest Buckner off of Ryan Fitzpatrick, who didn't have more than maybe 1.5 seconds in the pocket there to make a decision. So understandably, a sack was taken there. And as you see, Josh Bynes, the veteran, hyping up his defense on the sideline. Now it's 2nd and 16 from the 19-yard line. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to put a man in motion and fake the handoff to him, but instead go to Patrick Laird, and it gets stuffed. Actually for a loss, a 1-yard loss, making it 3rd and 17. Darius Leonard coming up to make the play. And they're going to set up a screen pass. He's going to get the ball off, but it goes backwards. A reception for negative yardage there. That is Darius Leonard, who just reads that play and makes the play coming up and getting Patrick Laird for no gain. So now Matt Hawk preparing to punt this football away. The wind, I believe, is in his face. He still gets it out to the 30-yard line, and a broken tackle, but still nowhere to go. Only to the 34-yard line is that return. Now this is an opportunity for this Indianapolis offense to stretch the lead. And obviously, this Toronto Huskies team does not want that to happen. As they drop back, throw it over to the left-hand side. The man slips, though, allowing only for a 4-yard reception there. And a quick pass here over to the right-hand side on 2nd and 6. It's going to be complete. Philip Rivers yet to have an incompletion in this game. That is Jack Doyle with his 5th reception. And it's 3rd and 2. They're going to hand this football off with enough room to get the first down on a 4-yard carry. Marlon Mack. Not averaging a healthy amount, only 2.9 yards per carry right now. But he is doing what he needs to convert these short yardage situations. So now you have Philip Rivers under center, and he's going to hand this football off right up the middle. A little bit of a shake and bake move there, and gets him out to the 50-yard line. Only about a 3.5-yard carry there for Marlon Mack. A couple of tight ends to the right-hand side on the 2nd and 7, and they're going to go ahead and hand it off, and they've got space up the middle. What a powerful run by Marlon Mack, carrying a defender on his back. What a play from Marlon Mack. Finds a really nice opening, opened up by this offensive line, and then just bursts through it with power and efficiency, carrying Toronto Huskies on his back down the football field. So now with 2.5 left, roughly, 2:45 or so, you have Philip Rivers dropping back, looking over to the right-hand side for a catch, but instead, the first incompletion on the day, a contested catch on the right-hand side. Now, they're all already in field goal range, but they don't care. They're going to hand this football off, and Marlon Mack breaking a tackle and making a man miss and getting down to the 24-yard line. Marlon Mack looking very good coming out of the backfield with some of these carries, and now empty backfield. And a quick pass, and that's batted down by the defender. What a play. What a great play from this Toronto Huskies defense. Once again, bending but not breaking. That seems to be the theme this season, and that's just a great read on the ball by the cornerback, or excuse me, safety, the veteran safety, Rashad Jones, coming up and making that play. That is something that you don't just inherit. That's something you learn over time from being in the league. And that's a veteran type of play from Rashad Jones. Jumping the route and making the play on the ball. And now it is 9-3 after that Ryan Suckup field goal. And just like that, this Toronto Huskies offense is going to come back out onto the football field. Still only a one-score game. So they're going to have another opportunity to drive down the field and possibly take the lead before halftime. With about 2:06 left, starting off at the 25-yard line, after that kick goes through the end zone, Ryan Fitzpatrick is gearing up his troops, getting ready to make a drive. The last couple of times they've done some 2-minute offensive drives, they've worked pretty well for the Huskies. So now they're going to start off in I formation, and they're going to elect to actually hand this football off, and that's going to get nowhere. Actually gets tackled for a 3-yard loss. Going into the 2-minute warning now. It's going to be 2nd and 13 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Fitzpatrick in the gun. He's going to drop back, throw over to the right-hand side, and a broken tackle. Doesn't get much more than that, though, as Indianapolis actually takes a timeout here. Minute 55 left. That is Michael Pittman on the reception. And 3rd and 7, quick pass over the middle, almost intercepted. I believe that might have been Darius Leonard, actually. That was intended for CeeDee Lamb. And as you can see, it was just a badly thrown ball that Darius Leonard almost had his hands on to get the interception. But instead, it's going to be a punt. So now, the tables have turned. And all of a sudden, this Indianapolis team is going to have an opportunity to score before halftime. What great kick coverage there. Special teams coming up clutch on only about maybe 2 or 3 yards on that return. And a booming punt from Matt Hawk, downing it inside the 20 as he was punting it from inside his own 5. Crazy stuff. So now, minute 46 left. Phillip Rivers in the gun on this first down. He takes a snap and throws it over the middle, but a hand in the throwing lane again from this defense. I believe that might be Joe Harvey Clemens. And Phillip Rivers finds a man on the left-hand side. That is going to be Jack Doyle breaking tackles, but only gets about maybe 6 yards on that catch. Now it's 3rd and 4. I do it again every single time. And we got pressure, and it's just going to be thrown away. Phillip Rivers drops back, not Fitz. And he gets pressured from this defensive front, forced to throw it out of bounds. And just like that, it's going to be another punt and another opportunity for Toronto to put some points on this board. And an opportunity, in theory, to take the lead before halftime. And what a booming punt there from Rigoberto Sanchez. And that's going to actually go into the end zone for a touchback, though. So this Toronto Huskies offense is going to have at least 80 yards to go in order to find the end zone. 3 timeouts, though. 1:04 on the clock. This is definitely doable. Ryan Fitzpatrick has led drives before. Let's see if he can do it again. He's going to take the snap, throw it over the middle for completion, and getting up close to first down yardage, about 9 yards on that reception. That is Michael Pittman, I believe, with his 3rd catch of the day. And now you have another pass here from Ryan Fitzpatrick as he gets clobbered by, that's right, you guessed it, DeForest Buckner again. This offensive line just cannot block him right now. And Fitz is under duress again, just a dump off over to the left-hand side. Actually goes backwards for about 5 yards. As Patrick Laird just steps out of bounds. And another punt. What a punt here, just cornering the guy on the edge of the sideline, but no one there in terms of kick coverage to push him out. So now, one more opportunity for this Colts team to essentially stretch this lead out to a 2-score game before halftime. With 2 timeouts, 40 seconds left at their own 42. It's definitely doable. As Phillip Rivers drops back, he moves around in the pocket, finds a man on the right-hand side. That is Jack Doyle. But he is tackled inbounds for only a 2-yard gain, essentially forcing this Colts team to take one of their 2 timeouts. 35 seconds left, 1 timeout. Phillip Rivers takes this snap. He's going to look over the middle, deep down over the middle, and that is going to be a reception for Marquise Lee, who really shredded this Toronto offense the last time that they played one another. But only his first catch of the day, I believe, in this one. As a couple of veterans in Rashad Jones and Josh Bynes comes up to make the tackle on that. But they use their final timeout here with about 10 seconds left, essentially trying to get a field goal here. And that is going to be good. It's going to be 12-3 going into halftime, and they've stretched this into a 2-score lead just before halftime. As a couple of punts, they were going back and forth, these two offenses, unable to find any footing until that last drive from Indianapolis. So now they're just going to go ahead and kneel it, heading to halftime. And Ryan Fitzpatrick in this offense is going to have to figure out a way to continue the success that they had on that first drive, getting down deep into the enemy territory. But since then, we haven't seen anything that resembles that type of a drive. As you see, zero capability of running the football for the Huskies. But let's take a look around the league, see what's going on. As we're going to travel to Cincinnati, and Houston is visiting. Deshaun Watson, 9 for 9 to start this game, leading them to a 14-10 lead heading towards halftime, as Justin Herbert is trying to rally his Cincinnati Bengals to take the lead. And then Baltimore travels to Philly, as Carson Wentz, despite playing semi-poorly, still has the lead 21-14 over the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens. And then we're going to Dallas in a divisional matchup. You have the Redskins and Cowboys in a tie game heading towards halftime. Dwayne Haskins and Dak Prescott both playing well with only 2 incompletions apiece. And I have to say, that's going to be a close division race out there in the NFC East. And as you see, though, we got some highlights here. A couple of decent offensive plays that we've seen throughout this game, but no touchdowns to this point. Score 12-3, all field goals. But the Huskies get the ball to start the second half and an opportunity to cut that lead down. Alright, hopefully they've made some adjustments to allow themselves to kind of push the envelope down the football field. We got a bunch set to the left-hand side. Under center is Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he hands it off to Patrick Laird coming out of the backfield. That's going to be about 3 yards or so on first down. And that is Justin Houston coming up to make the tackle. Getting off the block, I should say, to make the tackle. And now it is 2nd and 7 with about 10.5 minutes left in this third quarter. And another carry for Patrick Laird that goes absolutely nowhere. Maybe 1 yard on the carry. So now it's 3rd and 6. A clear passing situation. And that's exactly what happens here, as Fitzmagic finds a man over the middle. I believe that is Trent Sherfield with his 3rd reception in this game. And that is a first down for the Toronto Huskies. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line as Looks like we've got another fake to the running back, and then a pass, and finds a receiver, open receiver, down the football field, down to the 41-yard line, enemy territory. That's where the Huskies are, and they're making some moves. I think that is, once again, Trent Sherfield with another catch and run here. This is definitely his best play of the game so far. What a nice route run, finds the opening, and then just jets past some of those defenders. It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. As Fitzpatrick drops back, finds a man as he's getting hit, and still completes the football to, you guessed it, Trent Sherfield. Again, 5th reception in this game. That one only going for 3 yards, though. But any yards is positive. As this is nearing the edge of field goal range for Josh Lambo. And I believe that is Telvin Smith with the tackle for the defensive side of the ball. Now in the gun, you have Ryan Fitzpatrick dropping back, surveying the field, finding a guy on the right-hand side. That is Patrick Laird coming out of the backfield, making a reception, clearly now in field goal range. Now it's 3rd and 1 from the 32-yard line. Fitzpatrick with a bunch set to the left-hand side, and he's going to throw over the middle, though. And that's going to be another reception for a 1st down, and that's a CeeDee Lamb sighting. That's right, CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd catch of the day. And another 1st down for this Toronto Huskies offense. They are right now moving the football down the field quite well. You know, some people have said that Henry Ruggs was actually a little bit of a, you know, not to speak ill of the no longer on the team, but a little bit of a locker room cancer. So we'll have to see how exactly that translates this season. As you see Ryan Fitzpatrick trying to find a man over the middle, and a contested grab, it is dropped by the receiver there. Now 2nd and 10, and this one's going to go over the left-hand side, and that's going to be complete. Trent Sherfield with his 6th reception. And now it's 3rd and 3, and they elect to hand the football off, trying to get a little bit of extra yardage, but instead gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner with the play. So that's going to be forcing a field goal now for this Toronto Huskies offense, who had a pretty good drive going, got a little bit of momentum. And if Josh Lambo can nail this field goal, it's going to bring it back down to a one-score game. And that's exactly what he does, making the score 6-12. Field goal city over here. So now Josh Lambo and company come back out to kick this football off, and it's going to be returned from about the 6 or 7 yard line, and it's actually past the 30 to the 31. Nice return there for Indianapolis. Good starting field position for them. I believe that's Chandon Sullivan as their kick return man. So Phillip Rivers and company, they've had some good drives, but they haven't been able to finish them. They've been a lot of, you know, push, and then stall out. So they're looking to finish a drive finally, and a huge hole here on 1st down for Marlon Mack, getting up to the 43-yard line, and a 1st down for Indianapolis. He's up to 73 yards now in this football game. And I have to say, Marlon Mack is just such a powerful runner. When he gets the ball in his hands, he is always falling forward. And now they go back to him once again, and this time he gets tackled for only about a 3-yard gain, making it 2nd and 7 as Zaire Franklin on the tackle. And they go ahead and go to him one more time, and once again, the power. He just pushes forward, despite getting grabbed at the line of scrimmage, still gets 3 yards. Efedi Adenabo trying to bring him down. Now it's 3rd and 4. Philip Rivers finds a man over the left-hand side, wide open, and trying to make Logan Ryan miss, but they get him down. Still a first down, though, in enemy territory. Close, I think they're in field goal range, actually. Long field goal range, but that's Paris Campbell on the reception. Like I said, Logan Ryan coming up to make the tackle. Once again, as you see, that's Nick Needham in coverage, allowing another reception. I'm telling you, he might be a weak link on this defense, believe it or not. So now there's a bunch set way outside on the right-hand side, but instead it's going to be a handoff up the left-hand side to Marlon Mack, who gets 5 yards on that carry, up to 84 yards on the day now. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 31, and it's a quick pass over the middle, finds a man, gets down the football field for about 19 yards. That is Paris Campbell with the reception. Now, Philip Rivers, you know, he's a veteran quarterback, so when you see a zone defense as a veteran quarterback, that's going to be an easy thing that you can probably pick apart, and that's what they were in. They were in zone coverage right there, and they just found the opening in the middle. Paris Campbell sat down, allowed the throw to get to him, and then just jetted forward. And right now, I have to say, Philip Rivers seems to be hot in this game. And another throw over to the left-hand side from Philip Rivers to, that's right, his tight end, Jack Doyle, for an 8-yard reception, his 8th reception on the day. It's 2nd and 2 from the 4-yard line, and they're going to elect to hand it off, and that gets stuffed in the backfield. Jordan Wilkins going backwards for about a 3-yard loss. Quincy Williams on the tackle. Great play again by Quincy Williams. And are we going to see another goal line, essentially goal line stand from this defense? It's 3rd and 5 right now from about the 7-yard line. And Philip Rivers drops back. He throws over to the left-hand side, completes it, gets about 5 yards, but it's going to be marked short of the line to gain. And that's going to be 4th and 1 now. And that was close, but I think they made the right call. It does not look like the ball reaches the 2-yard line. And another stop by this Toronto Huskies defense, forcing a very easy field goal, chip shot field goal here from Ryan Suckup. Hope you have him in your fantasy leagues, because right now he's hit 5 field goals. Pretty impressive stuff here from this Toronto defense. They are the ultimate bend but don't break defense. It's so hard to score on them once you get inside that 10-yard line, because they just immediately start coming after every single one of these plays. And another touchback here from Terry Godwin. Good decision there. So now this Toronto offense comes back out onto the football field, trying to keep the momentum going forward, as they had a nice drive that last one, getting a field goal. And they're going to continue to try to push that ball down the football field. And a fake pass to the right-hand side, down the football field. What a play! Ryan Fitzpatrick fakes a little pump fake to the right-hand side, and then down the field to Michael Pittman Jr. for a 27-yard reception down the seam. What a play. You know, Michael Pittman Jr. has been making plays all day long. I think that was a great signing for this Toronto Huskies team. That's his 4th reception on the day, already over 50 yards. And now Ryan Fitzpatrick drops back and misses his man coming out of the backfield. That is Patrick Laird, who, in case you didn't know, leads the Toronto Huskies in receptions this season. Now it's 2nd and 10. Quick pass over to the left-hand side again. An errant pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's going to be 3rd and 10 now. It's 2 straight plays with open receivers that he just misses. So So it's 3rd and 10. They're going to go ahead and hand this football off. I don't know if they were trying to catch him off guard or what, but that goes nowhere. Danico Autry on the stop, about a 1-yard gain to the 47-yard line. And they're probably going to end up punting this football. And that's exactly what they plan to do here. Matt Hawk punting this ball, trying to pin him deep. And that goes just almost coffin cornering them, but just through the end zone instead. So this is going to be another opportunity for Indianapolis to stretch this lead out even farther. So now 1st and 10 from the 20. You have Philip Rivers under center. He's going to fake the handoff, and then go deep down the field, and that's going to be a completion to Marquise Lee coming across the middle. That's going to be a 14-yard reception. So 1st and 10 from the 34 now. Rivers drops back to pass. He steps up in the pocket, pushing it down the field again. That is Jack Doyle this time with the reception. And just like that, that's going to be how we end this 3rd quarter. And it is 15-6 Indianapolis. A little bit of a closer matchup than we saw last time, but Indianapolis is trying to stretch that lead out here in enemy territory as they attempt to pass there. Philip Rivers just misses his man, or maybe the man misses the ball there. Can't really tell. So they go ahead and hand it off on 2nd and 10, and that gets stuffed. Only about a 1-yard carry for Marlon Mack. Ifedi Adenabo making the play. So now it's empty backfield, 3rd and 9. Philip Rivers, he scrambles in the pocket, throws it deep, and overthrows both the defender and the receiver. I believe that was T.Y. Hilton, the intended target. That was a deep shot to the end zone, and he just overthrows them both. That was a one-on-one opportunity, so not a terrible shot to take. But now, that's going to be a punt for Rigoberto Sanchez here. Another defensive stop for this Huskies defense, and a pretty bad punt. Going out at the 18-yard line. So now Ryan Fitzpatrick and company, they still have a chance in this game with about 10 minutes left to go. They have all the time in the world to put together some scoring drives. As we have 3 receivers to the right-hand side, 1 to the left, and Fitzpatrick in the gun. He's going to throw over the middle of the field, and that's going to be a reception for his tight end, Delaney Walker, for about 9 yards over the middle of the field. Now in I formation on 2nd and 1. And they're going to go ahead and hand this off, finding a little bit of room, just enough room to get the first down. That is Patrick Laird for about a 3-yard gain. And that is one thing I do want to note. No takeaways so far. I probably just jinxed them as Ryan Fitzpatrick drops back, throws a deep ball, finds a man down the sideline. What a play! What a play! That is Michael Pittman Jr. again! I cannot get over how good this man is. What a ball from Ryan Fitzpatrick. He sees the opportunity, he loads it up, and just uncorks a bomb down the sideline. And Michael Pittman goes up, makes the reception, and gets some extra yards. And just like that, they are in enemy territory and in the red zone at the 20-yard line. What a play. Now they've got a large formation out here, and an errant pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick. All right, now settle down here. We've got 2nd and 10 from the 20, and a completed pass to the right-hand side, but tackled actually for a loss is Patrick Laird. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 10 and a half. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. You have Fitzpatrick on a low snap. They just hand this football off. John Kelly goes up the middle with a pretty good game, but only 7 yards, though, making it 4th and 4 at the 14-yard line. So they're going to go ahead and line up for a field goal attempt. And they will hit this. Josh Lambo, 3 for 3 today on field goals, making it 9-15, a one-score game again. So if this defense can step up one more time and force a punt again, this is once again a one-score game. The Toronto Huskies just do not want to give up, and that's the fight that we've been looking for from them all season long. And now 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line after that touchback. Philip Rivers and company comes back out onto the football field, intending to put this game away with about 7.5 left in this game. So they're going to do a quick pass over to the right-hand side. That is T.Y. Hilton with the reception, but I believe he only gets about a yard and a half on that catch. His first catch of the day. They've been holding him in check so far. Philip Rivers again electing to pass the football, and that's going to go to the right-hand side. A contested catch, but Marquise Lee makes the grab. Good coverage there, but just better ball placement from Philip Rivers, allowing it to go directly to the receiver's chest. Low snap here. It's going to be a handoff, and nice move by Marlon Mack, getting down to the 46-yard line. That's going to be 2nd and 2 now. Now another handoff, delayed handoff here, and that goes and gets stuffed in the backfield. Marlon Mack for a -3-yard carry. And Josh Bynes coming up and making the tackle for a loss. That veteran knowledge, knowing that that was going to be a delayed handoff and just coming up and going after the running back. That's what we saw right there. All right, that should set up a 3rd down here, 3rd and 5. You have under center. Philip Rivers is going to drop back, throw over to that left-hand side, and it's going to be complete, but only for about 3 yards. And that's going to force another punt. This defense, I'm telling you, they might be the best defense in the entire National Football League right now. That's the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks. And it's just, they don't have the ability. Defenses, I mean, they've even had the ability to put up points last week, 9 of them. But usually defenses can't put up points on the scoreboard. So it's going to be up to this offense, who's been playing pretty good. And a very errant punt here from Rigoberto Sanchez. Just comes off the side of his foot, going out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And that's going to set up this Toronto team with good field position. And Ryan Fitzpatrick with an opportunity to lead a drive down there into the end zone for the first touchdown of the day to take the lead. And Ryan Fitzpatrick drops back. He has a little bit of time in the pocket, finds a man out of the backfield. That is Patrick Laird, getting down to the 47-yard line. Good first down play for about 9 yards. That's going to set up a very reasonable 2nd and 1 now. Now the question is, do they take a shot down the football field on this 2nd down play, or do they go ahead and just try and get that first down? That is the question here. Nice little spin move there by Patrick Laird, trying to get out of that tackle. And here on 2nd and 1, you got 3 receivers on the right-hand side. And Fitzpatrick is going to throw again to Patrick Laird out of the backfield. And a nice reception here out past the 45 to the 43-yard line of Indianapolis. And just like that, this Toronto team's in business. And they're going to fake another handoff, this time going down the football field and overthrows both the defense and the receiver there. Trying for a deep pass, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Pretty good coverage, though, from the defense. And now 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick finds a man over the middle and gets down to the 34-yard line in field goal range. I believe that is Delaney Walker, the tight end. Or excuse me, Michael Pittman with another catch. And the running back comes out of the backfield, so it's empty backfield on 3rd and 1. And they're going to do a quick pass over the middle. That's going to be caught Jesper Horsted, the number 2 tight end, who has just been so consistent of late. That is actually his first catch of the game, though, because it's been all Michael Pittman Jr. in this one. And you know whose name we haven't called much, ironically, is actually Russell Gage. I know he's the number 4 receiver, but on plays like this with 4 wide receivers out there, he should be out on the football field. And all the time in the world for Ryan Fitzpatrick, eventually finding CeeDee Lamb, who gets open down to the 12-yard line, and another first down. His 3rd reception on the day with about 2.5 minutes in counting. And Ryan Fitzpatrick takes the snap. He's going to throw over to the right-hand side, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended for the running back, John Kelly, who was unable to make that catch. Now it's 2nd and 10. A quick pass over to the left-hand side, trying to break a tackle, but is unable to do so. That is Trent Sherfield. Now getting down to the 2-minute warning, essentially making this Toronto Huskies team need to get a touchdown on this drive. It is 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line. And Fitz drops back. He moves around in the pocket, throws over the middle, finds a receiver, and that is a first down, I believe, right at the line to gain. No, it is 4th and inches. They're going to go for it, though. Hurry up offense. Ryan Fitzpatrick throws, finds a man in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Huskies! What a play! What a play! In the back of the end zone on 4th and inches. He finds old reliable Delaney Walker. Look at that, just settling down behind the defense and finding his man, veteran to veteran, knowing where he needs to go with the football. That is Delaney Walker with the first touchdown in this football game, coming inside 2 minutes. 1:35 to go, an extra point to take the lead. And they get it, 16-15. Toronto has a lead in the final 2 minutes of the football game. I don't think this has happened since week 2 of the season. I'm sorry if I'm loud, I'm just excited. I have to say, this Toronto team is finally putting together a winning effort. But can the defense do it one more time? Can they stop this Indianapolis Colts team? As it's going to start with a touchback. So they're going to start at this 25-yard line. They need to keep them out of field goal range. So essentially, they need to keep them from getting past the Toronto 40. 1:35 left, 3 timeouts. Philip Rivers has led some game-winning drives in his career, and he's going to find a man over the middle for a first down and more. That is the tight end. That's right, Jack Doyle, as they're going to go ahead and run a hurry-up offense. And Philip Rivers, again, finding a man over to the left-hand side, and that's complete! Inside! No, inside the 40 to the 36, 26 yards to Marquise Lee. Oh, no, playing the ball instead of the man right there. And, Nick Needham, again, just getting picked on. I don't know what we're going to do with Nick Needham. He had an opportunity to contest that pass. So now they're going to go ahead, and it looks like they're going to throw the football again here. 1st and 10. No, they're handing it off, and they have plenty of room. That's right, a first down, and that's going to seal this one for the Toronto Huskies. What an effort, though. As it's actually a play action here, they're going to go ahead and have all the time in the world, and sack! What a sack here! Down at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 16 now. Philip Rivers hands this one off up the middle, and breaking tackles but eventually getting put down with 49 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 11. Are they going to try and pass this football, or are they just going to content to running it? Quick pass to the right-hand side and tackled immediately. All right, this is an opportunity right now for this Toronto defense to possibly block their special teams, to block this kick and be the heroes. Can we see something like that, or will it be another heartbreak for this Toronto Huskies team? Ryan Suckup. No timeouts for the Huskies. They're just going to have to sit here, and Indianapolis takes the timeout. Interesting. All right, so they elect to take a timeout with 11 seconds to go. Ryan Suckup, a 38-yard kick, and he nails it with 8 seconds to go. I think that is going to end this 18-16. All field goals from this Indianapolis Colts team, not finding the end zone once, but still going to win this football game, barring a miracle from this Toronto Huskies team, as they do a little pooch kick here. Gets out to about the 37-yard line. So there is an opportunity for a deep ball here from Ryan Fitzpatrick. And he's going to drop back and throw it deep, and it is caught! It is caught off the deflection! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Trent Sherfield, 63-yard touchdown! What a play! I cannot make this up. Look at that, off the defender, and Trent Sherfield just in perfect position, catches the ball and no one between him and the end zone. Again, what a bad play by the defender. You do not bat that ball down. As you can see, what a play by Trent Sherfield, to the awareness to realize that the ball is getting batted down and makes the catch. And that's an extra point to make the final score 23-18 right now. I cannot believe what just happened. I don't think I have ever seen something like that ever in a game. What a play by Ryan Fitzpatrick, and more, what a play by Trent Sherfield, who just got into the starting lineup the last couple of weeks due to injuries, and now the cut of Henry Ruggs. And I hate to be the guy to say this, that might have been the best move for this Huskies team. He goes, we get a win. Michael Pittman has over 100 yards. Trent Sherfield has over 100 yards. And Ryan Fitzpatrick has 350 yards passing, and the Toronto Huskies get a win. What an effort from Toronto. I cannot believe what just transpired. This might be the best game from the Toronto Huskies so far this season. I understand that they had a win earlier this year, but this game, the effort from both sides of the football, you know, the defense not allowing this Indianapolis Colts team to find the end zone all day long. They had long drive after long drive after long drive, but unable to get to the end zone. That just, you know, shows how well put together this defense is and how much of a unit that they are. And then for the Toronto Huskies offense to consistently move the football down the field, you know, they had their moments where they were unable to get things going. They had a couple of punts, but they didn't let that deter them. In previous games, we've seen them get dejected and then just essentially give up on the offensive side of the football. But this time, all right, they go out there and continuously push the ball down the field, find plays in the passing game consistently. That's the first time we've seen that all season long, and that's the first win from the Toronto Huskies since week 2. You know, what a play. If your eardrums are gone, I do apologize, but I am so ecstatic for our Toronto Huskies. That is just an insane play to have happen. crazy, crazy stuff as we have some upgrades here to finish this episode out. We have Richie Brandt, the rookie corner, having an opportunity to get an upgrade here. And we're going to continue to work on his slot ability. Wow, I cannot get over. As you see, he is star dev. I don't know if I mentioned that. He is a star dev player. And now we have Rasheem Green, who made some nice plays in the running game in this last game against the Colts. He gets an upgrade. And Trent Sherfield, the hero. The unsung hero. Not even unsung. He should be... like, what a play by Trent Sherfield. 100 yards on the day. Consistently making plays for this Toronto Huskies team. Trent Sherfield with an upgrade. A well-deserved upgrade at that. And he's just going to continue to get better for this Huskies team. And an upgrade for one of our offensive linemen, Elijah Wilkinson. And that is just such a fitting end to a great game. A great episode here in the Toronto Huskies franchise. We were unsure what the Huskies were going to be able to do, losing one of their top offensive weapons. And what do? Oh, well, we'll just replace them with 200-yard receivers. How about that? What a play. Let's check out the breakout player. And unfortunately, Jalen Thompson was unable to get his breakout opportunity. But it's okay because we won. And that's what matters. That is the big, big story of this episode is a team win. This is what we needed this entire season. The Toronto Huskies now sitting at 2-8. And just like that, there is a chance this Toronto Huskies team, now obviously doesn't make the playoffs, but there's a chance that they can get some momentum and can really showcase what they can do down the stretch. And that's what I want to see. What a play and what a game from the Toronto Huskies. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. I think this is definitely my favorite. You can probably hear it on my face, the big old smile. This is definitely my favorite episode of the Huskies franchise so far. And you know what? Great team win. Just a great day here in Toronto Huskies history. So, what a performance. And thank you guys for watching. Next episode, which will be later tonight. I'm so stoked. I got to come back for a third one. All right. Later tonight, we're going to have a guest broadcaster and commentator. You may have remembered him from earlier in the season. It is Real Deal Neil 45 going to be coming back and commentating against his own hometown team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in Week 12, as the Toronto Huskies will be facing off against those Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 12. And more importantly, can they get their third win and rattle 2 wins off together? We will have to see. So come back later tonight and about probably within the next hour or two, we will be live once again. So come back and enjoy another one here on my YouTube channel, TayVikes28 Gaming channel. Check it out. We have all the rest of the Toronto Huskies franchise. If you missed anything, go watch it. I have it put together nicely for you in a nice little playlist. So if you're looking for that, it should be on my YouTube channel, and you can tune back later, like I said, and watch us commentate that Week 12 game with a guest. Until then, my name is TayVikes28, and I thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night.